Nothing good comes easy, and definitely not a six-figure job. If you have a goal to become a Scrum Master, then it's important that you know that it may not come easy for you. Now, I get it. You may have heard that some people got a job in a month, in 2 months, or in 3 months. And so you're wondering why it's taking you forever to get your own job. I'd like to remind you that nothing good comes easy. This may be your own journey, and it's important for you to stick to your own journey so that you are able to achieve the end results. Now, having said this, I would like to share the cycle of success with you so that you are able to know where you are in the cycle, and so that if things are not working out for you, you know exactly where you are and you know the next steps to take in order for you to achieve your goal. Now, I know that for you to be watching this video right now, you probably desire to become a Scrum Master. You probably might even have your certifications right now. Maybe you've taken a few coaching courses and you're still wondering why you are yet to get this job. I want you to know that everything good sometimes takes time. And when you understand that everything good sometimes takes time, then you know that becoming a Scrum Master, because it's a good thing for you, it may take time. But while we are waiting for that job to come, it's important for us to know that we are doing the right set of things so that we're aligned with the objectives that we're hoping to discover. Now, the first step in the cycle of success is for you to set clear goals. Now, I understand that you want to become a Scrum Master, but I want to ask you this question. How bad do you want to become a Scrum Master? Are you definite about the fact that you want to become a Scrum Master? Or is being a Scrum Master one of the options of things that you're possibly looking to get? One thing I'll tell you is this: people that have definite goals will get what they want, but people who are unsure in what they want may not get what they want because they don't have a definite goal. It becomes difficult for them to have definite plans, and you need definite plans in order for you to stay focused on that goal that you want so that you can acquire it. When I wanted to become a Scrum Master, that was all I wanted to become. I didn't have thought process of, oh, if I don't become a Scrum Master, maybe I could become QA. If I don't become a QA, maybe I could be a developer. If I don't become a developer, maybe I could be a business analyst. Maybe I could be a Salesforce architect. I didn't have any of those options. I had just one option. I wanted to become a Scrum Master. That was the only goal that I had. Nothing else mattered, and I was clear about it. And that's the first step in your cycle of success. Being definite about what you want should not be underestimated, because that is the one single step that will set every other thing in motion. So I want to ask you, do you really want to become a Scrum Master? Or is being a Scrum Master one of the options that you have? Now, let's assume that you really want to be a Scrum Master and that's all that you think about. That is all that is consuming your mind. Then yes, you are in the right step, so keep at it. Now, let's go to the second step in our cycle of success. Now, our second step is where you plan and you prepare. Now, planning and prepare will vary, and it will range from a zillion and one things that you can possibly do. Now, in terms of planning, you definitely need to get certified. So are you certified? You probably need to continuously learn. Are you learning on a daily basis? Do you have a coach that you're working with who is guiding you on the right learning and the right outcomes that you need to know? Are you immersed in, whether it's clubs or communities or things that would help you stay focused on all things Agile? How are you planning to get this job? Do you have the perfect resume for that role? Do you know whether your resume is perfect? I have come across so many people's resume, and that's even one of the reasons why they're not even getting any call, because their resumes are horrible. Let somebody who has gone through the ropes, somebody who is probably currently a Scrum Master, or somebody who is a coach, or somebody who can help you review your resume, so that they know that you have the right things in your resume. Sometimes your resume might be the thing holding you back. So even though you're locked in on your goal and you know for certain that you want to become a Scrum Master, in the second step of your cycle of success, where you're supposed to plan and prepare, you don't even have the right tools. You don't have the right resume that may help you get that job. So make sure that every tool, every resource that you need has been audited, has been checked by somebody who has been through that journey, who has been through the ropes, somebody who can tell you you are in the right track, you are on the right journey, and just keep pushing. Now, still on the second step of plan and prepare is the other part, which is prepare. Many times, we go and take these courses, right? So we're certified. Maybe we go through a coaching program. Now we have the training. One thing I would like to tell you is, regardless of the coaching program that you go through, if you do not internalize your learning, if you do not practice your learning, if you're not actively using the skills that you just learned, guess what? You will forget it. So it's important that while you're preparing, you are reviewing, you're revisiting the skill sets, and you're putting them to work. You are practicing what you have learned. Let's assume that one of the common things that you know about the Scrum Master role is facilitation. So you are aware that you're supposed to facilitate about 5 events, on a day-to-day basis. Are you practicing those events on a daily basis? If somebody comes to you today and say, hey, go ahead and facilitate a daily scrum, can you confidently facilitate a daily scrum today? Now, don't tell me, oh, I don't have any place to practice. I'm not currently working, or I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Those are all excuses. Because you can gather your friends together, you can gather your family members together, you can gather your colleagues, even if you're not currently a Scrum Master, you can gather your colleagues together and say, hey, there is this new skill set that I learned where every day team members meet together to discuss their progress. Is it possible for us to start meeting together to discuss our progress? And I would help us facilitate that event. Have you tried all options? Because if you've not tried all options, why are you then complaining that you don't have a job? What are you doing to prepare yourself for that job that is coming your way? Remember, in the cycle of success, you've got to plan and you've got to prepare. So I'm going to ask you, what are you doing today to prepare yourself for that job? What are you doing today to plan and increase your chances of getting yourself that job? How many hours are you committing to on a daily basis? Now, if you're locked in on your goal, if you're locked in on your plan and your desire to become a Scrum Master, you will find the time to dedicate on a day-to-day basis to study and continue your learning, which then helps you prepare for that role. Now, still in the cycle of success is the third step, which is for you to execute your plan, which simply means take action. Taking action as an aspiring Scrum Master means you're networking with people. I'm a Scrum Master, I'm looking for a job. How many people are you speaking to on a daily basis to network? How many recruiters are you connecting with online on a day-to-day basis? How many communities are you joining so that you can meet other Scrum Masters who are working in other places, who can share tips and tricks with you that will help increase your chances of getting your next job? What action are you taking today? It's not enough for you to just know about Scrum. What are you even doing about that skill set? Now that you've done something about that skill set, what are you doing about getting yourself that opportunity? What are you doing every day that would help you get that job? And don't tell me, oh, I apply to 100 places every day. How effective are those applications? Do you customize your resume for each application? After applying, do you try to go search for somebody that works in the organization that you apply to so that maybe you can find them and connect with them on a much deeper level? Take action. Take the right action. Just don't sit down there and say you're applying. Every time there is a job out there, I'm sure that within 24 hours, over 100 people would have applied to that same job. Tell me, what are you doing today to differentiate yourself and separate yourself from the lot that have applied so that you can be picked for that job? In the cycle of success, we have to take action. So I know that this channel is about Agile, But it's time for me to also speak to you guys so that you know the truth. You know the state of mind that you need to be in order for you to achieve your goals. Complain about you not finding a job is not going to help you. What is going to help you is you taking action. You taking the necessary steps that would help you to achieve your goals. Everybody who is a Scrum Master today, who is an Agile coach today, at one point in time in their lives, they were not in this position. That means that we had to do this same thing that I am telling you today, because these are the same things that I did that helped me to achieve my goal. And every other goal that I've desired is still the same step that is helping me along the way. Take action. It is important in your cycle of success. Now, the next step in your cycle of success is to monitor and measure. When you apply to jobs, you're not getting any way forward there. Monitor it. What can I do differently? Measure it. Okay, when I customize my resume this way, I got a few leads. Okay, let me keep doing that. Now, when I did things this way, I didn't get any leads. Let me stop that. Try to monitor and measure what you are doing. You know, it's not just one thing for you to just throw in all your resumes out there. How are you monitoring those resumes that you threw out there so that you can know whether it's an effective way of doing something? How are you measuring it? How are you monitoring your actions? It's very important. If you want to achieve success, you've got to be intentional about it. And becoming a Scrum Master is not difficult. Even though it's not easy, it is also not difficult, and it is possible. But we just have to do the right things that will help us achieve the right goals. Now, there are a few people that might do all of the steps, and within a week, they might get a job. A few people might do the steps, and maybe in a few weeks, they might get a job, while others, in a few months, they might get a job. And you might say, hey, I've been looking for a job for the last 1 year. But tell yourself the truth. Were you actively looking for a job? Were you focused on that goal of becoming a Scrum Master? Were you taking action that would help you increase your chances of becoming a Scrum Master? Did you monitor and measure the steps that you took? Let's be truthful. Because if we're truthful and we did all of these things, then that way we can tell what may be wrong along the line. As a Scrum Master, one of the things that you know that is very important is reviewing and retrospecting. So it's not only on the job that you get to review and retrospect. Even in your personal life, you've got to review and retrospect all the things that you're doing. And this is a necessary step in your cycle of success. You have to review what you're doing. You have to reflect on what you're doing. You have to also work in sprints, right? You have a goal to become a Scrum Master. Let that be your product goal. Break those down into smaller chunks. Have a product backlog. Walk in sprints. Run your regular events and review and retrospect on what you are doing and what you can do differently. This is a necessary step in your cycle of success. And I hope that if you're not doing that already, you start doing it starting today. Run your life as a sprint. Run your life in an agile way. You want to be a Scrum Master, a master of Scrum. But what are you doing on a day-to-day basis that makes you a master of Scrum? Your life has got to be agile. Everything that you do needs to speak agile. That is how you work on yourself. That is how you build that experience. That is how you practice what you've learned. And that's how you're going to gain the confidence that you need to succeed in this role. Now, something else that is important in our cycle of success is to celebrate your small wins. Now, let's imagine that you got yourself a new resume. That's a good win. Celebrate it. Hey, now I have a new resume that is working quite well. Let's assume that you apply for a job and you get a lead. Celebrate that. All of those small things, even if they don't matter, they are progress, and every progress is needed for you to achieve your goal. So many times we're overwhelmed looking at the overall picture that we fail to acknowledge the little progress that we're making along the way. You're going to have a resume, you're going to have to apply, you're going to have to get a call back and then schedule an interview before you finally get the job. All of those steps are needed. So even if you made way maybe 2 steps in and you got dropped off, it is still worth celebrating. Be grateful that, hey, I was able to get a lead. I was able to get an interview. That gave me an opportunity to learn what I needed to know to prepare me for the next interview, even if I got called off at this point in time. Celebrate those small successes because they will encourage you to keep pushing and keep going until you achieve your goal. And the last step in the cycle of success is to repeat over again. So let's assume that you've done all of the steps, you get to the interview stage, but you don't get called. Guess what? Go back to the cycle, prepare, plan, take action, measure, grow, learn, adapt, celebrate your success, and repeat the cycle until you get what you want. It's not rocket science. And I'm sure that becoming a Scrum Master is not the only goal that you've tried to achieve in your life. There are probably other goals that might not be career related. Sit down and reflect on how you achieved those goals, and you'll find out that it was still the same process that you took. So don't beat yourself too hard because you've been at it for a year or you've been at it for a couple of months. Stay focused on your goal. Stay focused on your dream and do the necessary things that you need to do in order for you to achieve your goals. So here is me wishing you the best as you keep searching. And I hope that you do not give up because there are so many organizations that are still looking for exceptional Scrum Masters out there and they are waiting on you. So don't give up on yourself because those roles are still open. They're still out there. Once you take the necessary steps, you can be rest assured that you will achieve your goal of becoming an exceptional Scrum Master. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. You know the drill. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope that today's message really sinks in deep and helps you and motivates you to take the necessary steps that will help you achieve your goal. Thank you so much. I'll catch you same time next week. Bye.